everyone! I don't really do reviews much on our channel apart from How It Should Have Ended shorts. That's because I don't really enjoy being on camera, and partly because I'm usually working on How It Should Have Ended videos. But occasionally I do get really excited about certain movies, and sometimes I do feel like sharing my thoughts. So if you want to hear my opinion about Dawn of Justice, I'll give you the quick summary type first, and then we can dive into the spoilers section afterwards if you want to get into the real nitty-gritty. Okay, Dawn of Justice, or as some of you have been calling it, Batman v Superman for the last 3 years, is the incredibly ambitious follow-up to Zack Snyder's ever-so-popular, universally enjoyed, not controversial Superman origin story, Man of Steel. I'm kidding. People love to hate Man of Steel because it's so different from your classic Superman. And Dawn of Justice is just like its predecessor. It's an epic follow-up with so much stuff crammed into one movie that it actually sort of feels lacking because of it. Does the movie suck? Did you hate it? These are the questions I've been getting. Listen, if you want to bandwagon hate a film, I think the DC Universe has lots of material for you. But if you want to take the DC Universe for what it is and judge it on its own attempts to maybe be a little different, I do not think the movie sucks. It is, however, extremely joyless. I think maybe it just never gets to that feeling we all want a superhero movie to have. But it is trying to get there, very slowly. Zack Snyder's DC Universe is very dark and grim, and it takes itself very seriously, and I think that kind of ruins it for a lot of people. But that's what the movie is. DC seems to be carrying on with what Christopher Nolan began, and in The Dark Knight, the theme is the night is darkest before the dawn. And if you look at the transition that is happening here, and this movie being the dawn of justice, I hope that means we are in the dark stage and things are about to turn into everything we have hoped for. But at the rate DC is moving, who knows, we'll just have to wait and see. I enjoyed the movie for the most part. It wasn't the greatest ever, but it was still pretty cool. I think having to wait so many years to finally get to this point really plays into a lot of the frustrations of this film. But perhaps that's what happens when you hype a movie for 3 years. Expectations get a little out of control. Anyway, is it worth seeing? I think so. Is it the greatest movie ever? Nah. So go check out the movie for yourself, see what you think. I think it's totally worth seeing, and after seeing it twice, I can say that I enjoyed it much more the second time than I did on the first. But that said, it is in no way a perfect film. So let's get into the spoilers portion of the review.
Spoiler warning! So click away now if you don't want to have it ruined.
Okay, what did I enjoy? It starts out great, minus the floating boy Bruce Wayne in the Batcave. I actually really liked seeing Batman's point of view during the Man of Steel flashback battle. It really put into perspective how a human world would view this battle taking place from the ground level, and basically shows what everyone disapproved with about Man of Steel. I thought that was really well done, but after that I don't feel like I ever really connected with Bruce Wayne as a character. I think we were supposed to just be on board with his, "Yeah, screw Superman, he's dangerous" idea, but it didn't really work for me. I feel like Batman should be smart enough to actually develop some sort of bat lie detector and just hook it up to Superman and say, "Are you here to kill everyone?" And then Superman would just be like, "No, but I think I should ask you the same thing, Mr. Machine Guns." And then they would just awkwardly laugh and then go back to being super pals. So yeah, Batman shoots people in this movie, or at least his car does. I thought Ben Affleck was great as Bruce Wayne. But Batman does shoot people in this movie, and he dreams about shooting people even more. Batman shooting people really threw me off. I didn't enjoy that. To me, Batman shouldn't need firearms, but he uses several. But they were all bad guys, and Captain America shoots bad guys, so why can't Batman? Yeah, I get it. Batman is a ninja to me. He doesn't need a pistol, even in his dreams. Did you like Wonder Woman? So I thought Wonder Woman was cool. She's just walking around among everyone looking fine. Hey, Wonder Woman, where you going looking so Okay, I'll stop. Her story was all mystery, which I really liked, but I also liked how she's just already out there and making things happen. I am excited to get to know her character better in following films. What did you think about Lex Luthor? I surprisingly didn't hate it. I know he's not like a traditional, more classy Lex, but he is way more dangerous in this film. I thought it was really interesting. If Heath Ledger and Gene Hackman made a baby Lex Luthor Jr., baby Lex. I mean, if Lex had more screen time, I think we could have earned more trust in his role, but the movie seemed to move really fast, so you're either on board with it or you're not sometimes, which is my biggest complaint, usually in movies, and especially in this film. Pull over that moving too fast, moving too fast, moving too fast! Batman's having a dream right now. Now there's a random person in a portal in front of his computer screaming at him. Was that the Flash? Oh, now he has his super bat suit. I wasn't aware that was finished. Okay, now they're fighting. Now they are friends. Now Zod has made a monster baby. There is so much happening that by the time we get to the whole versus part of this movie, it feels sort of unsatisfying. There's so much fan service being crammed in this film that it's too much. So it's kind of a weird complaint. Like, you're giving me too many things. Stop it. But anyway, I felt like the movie moved really rapid and hard to even care about things when they were resolved. But then they fight. So the fight breaks out, or no, it doesn't really. It's not even a fight. It's like a hostage blackmail scenario. I really hoped that Batman was going to be the instigator that caused Superman to snap, and that was going to be the reason they would fight. You know, so we could get that actual versus who would win in a fight nonsense that we've been waiting for this whole time. But no, Lex has to kidnap Superman's mom and say, "Kill Batman or she dies." And Superman's like, okay, fine, rather than just throwing Lex into the clouds for being a jerk after he threw Lois off the building. So to me, right away, the fight is not fair. It's pretty clear that Superman could easily destroy Batman if he wanted to, but he doesn't want to, so he doesn't. And Batman just keeps hitting him with stuff and eventually gets an easy kryptonite layup for the win. So the fight just felt a little pretend and weak to me. After Man of Steel's battle between Zod and Kal-El, they went all over the city and into space. I think we all thought Batman would somehow have to hang with Superman in the same regard. I didn't know how they would make that possible because Batman isn't Zod, but I did not expect the versus part of the movie to be in just one area. For me, I think this is the biggest letdown. People were expecting a 45-minute showdown between Batman and Superman, and they got really this 8-minute tussle and a seriously quick resolution. I just knew that Versus title was bait when they put Dawn of Justice under the logo. I just knew it. Sneaky hobbits. So then what? Doomsday and Wonder Woman CGI galore. The CG goes from super awesome to really cheesy sometimes. Well, it is worse when the Doomsday battle commences. Once Doomsday enters the scene, there is like explosion after explosion. They like obliterate more and more buildings.
What about the Justice League teases? What did you think about those?
I actually think they looked kind of like bonus web material. I mean, I'm excited for them to finally be here, but I kind of wanted them to actually show up in the movie and fight at the end. Like, why not? They just show up and start fighting. Like, hi guys, I'm the Flash and I'm really fast. May I be of assistance?
Kill that Doomsday monster!
I mean, maybe that would have ruined Wonder Woman's entrance and time in the spotlight, so I guess it's okay that they weren't in there. Gotta have something for later. So they fight Doomsday, and then something happens that did not really shock me at all.
Final spoiler warning!
Who am I kidding? You've probably already had this spoiled for you somewhere on Facebook or Twitter, haven't you? Alright, anyway, here goes. Superman dies. Spoiler alert. They finally got their Doomsday kills Superman storyline. Superman sacrifices himself, and after that, the movie loses all of its momentum and plays out like it's going to actually have a sad ending. And I thought maybe, just maybe, they were going to have the guts to go for it and leave it at that. But no. They show the dirt on Clark's casket start to float up at the very last second, just in case the deaths of Superman might be too much for you to bear. You chickened out, you pansies! Just in case this idea might send you into an imaginative direction and start assuming things to come, they reverse it all and remove all worries about Superman. You gotta Gandalf the White that stuff, dude! So what are my final thoughts? How should it have ended?
That comes later.
Overall, I think the film was a beautiful, very action-packed, extremely ambitious, just okay film. It had some really bold ideas, some really nice moments, but perhaps it tried to be too many things all at once, because I felt a little exhausted when it was over. The theme seemed to be of Lex's perspective, that things of power are not innocent, and godlike beings are never good. And if that was a theme, then really the movie is even more joyless. And people don't want a joyless Superman. But I'm hoping, still hoping, that that was the point, and that the night is always darkest before the dawn of justice. So that's my handful of thoughts. I would love to go more into this topic, but I've got lots of work to do with our regular How It Should Have Been stuff. So let me know if you like this review kind of thing, and maybe we'll do another one someday. I'm sure many of you want to leave your own opinions of Dawn of Justice in the comments, so please feel free. I'm calling the movie Dawn of Justice because it is not a versus movie. Anyway, feel free to get into it in the comments below if you wish. Alright, that's it. I've got to get back to work. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, all that stuff. You know the drill. We will see you next time. Bye!